Hello friends, you can log on to primeaptacademy.com to access complete free video courses. So question says a 240 inch by 108 inch rectangular sheet of paper. So 240 by 108 inch rectangular sheet of paper is cut into squares such that no part of the sheet is wasted. Okay. If the number of squares that are cut are minimum possible in number, alright, then find the number of squares that are cut from the rectangular sheet. Okay, so now let this be the rectangular sheet that we have. Let this be 240 and let this be 108. Now to get the minimum possible number of squares, if the number of squares that are cut are minimum possible in number. So if it is minimum possible in number, the square that is cut is the largest. Okay, only then it is a minimum possible number of squares. Now to get a square, like let's say some of the squares will be like this. These are the number of squares that you get. Similarly, squares will go till this point. Okay, so let's say these are squares, few squares in between. All right, so that is how you get the squares. Now if you look at it, let the length of the square be x. Now x over here is a factor of 240. Okay, why? Because no sheet is being wasted. So that means this x will cover 240. Okay, so that means x is a factor. X is a factor of 240. By the same logic, this side is also x because these are squares. So these x till a point will cover 108 units. So that means x is also a factor of 108. So x is a factor of 240 and 108. So that means x is a common factor. X is a common factor between 240 and 108, and x has to be the largest such number. Because why largest? Because I get the largest such number which will give me the minimum possible squares. Okay. So x is a common factor and the largest possible common factor. That means x is nothing but highest common factor of 240 and 108. That is the side of the square that we get. What do we have to find? The number of squares. Okay. So HCF of 240 and 108, we'll calculate that out. So 240 is 24 into 10. 24 is 8 into 3 into 2 into 5. So this is 2 raised to 4 into 3 into 5. This is 240's prime factorization. 108 is 36 into 3. So 36 is 6 into 6 into 3. 6 is 2 into 3 into 2 into 3 into 3. So this becomes 2 square into 3 cube. 2 square into 3 cube. So now what is the HCF of 240 and 108? From prime factorization we'll say 2 square is there and then 3 is there. So 2 square into 3 is 12. So that means side of the square is 12. So that means this x is 12. Now if x is 12, that means side of each square is 12. We have to find the number of squares that are cut. So number of squares, you can find it out that how many squares will lie on this side? 240 by 12, because each of them is 12 side. So there are 20 squares listed here. Similarly, how many squares will be on this side? 9 squares, 108 by 12. So 9 on this side, 20 on this side. So total number of squares will be 20 into 9. 20 into 9 is 180. So answer option B, 180 is the correct answer here.